one of Thailand's biggest holidays is coming up, and that is Songkran, and we happen to be here in Bangkok.
So today we're gonna talk about the complete guide to survive and thrive during Songkran.
I'm Mark.
And I'm Oth. Welcome to our channel. Songkran is the biggest festival in Thailand.
Songkran is Thailand's New Year. It happens every year, April 13th through 15th. It's a full 3 days. Every one of those days you can expect to get soaked. Songkran really is a no holds bar water fight out on the streets. So if you are outside, you should expect to get wet no matter where you are. Generally, the festivities start around noon, sometimes a little bit earlier, and last until sunset, but it's kind of unpredictable what will happen out there, so just be prepared to get wet. You still want to read body language. There is some etiquette involved. There are just certain groups of people you want to avoid splashing water on unless they're actively participating, and those people are like moms and babies, the elderly, and definitely monks.
Generally, when Thai people splash water at you, it's okay to return the favor. It's a sign of goodwill, because it is a celebration.
And then the two other groups of people that are off limits are motorcyclists. Every year, Thailand does have a number of accidents during the holiday. And then also, understandably, street food vendors, because nobody wants to eat food that has gotten soaking wet.
You will find water guns everywhere during the week leading up to Songkran. You can find them in convenience store like 7-Eleven or big department store like Big C, Lotus, Top, anywhere.
You'll also find them in smaller mom and pop shops, and those sometimes can have the most energy and activity around them. Keep in mind that those smaller shops, the water guns will probably be slightly more expensive. Also be aware that the prices of the water guns will go up exorbitantly once the holiday actually starts. Just go out and buy your water gun in advance. So where do you refill your water guns during the day? It kind of depends on where you are, but in Chiang Mai, when we were there last year, it was just a matter of going to one of the many refill stations that they have along the street. Some are operated by families, some by businesses, and you just ask them politely if you can refill. Keep in mind that you may get wet during the process. That's part of the experience. We never had to pay for refills in Chiang Mai. We have heard that in Bangkok, you will occasionally be charged, but that's definitely not the case everywhere. Just ask first and see what they say.
Sometimes you see Thai people put clay on others people's face. It's a tradition. They just smile and they usually say, Happy Songkran, and then they just put it on your face. All over sometimes, but avoid having it on your eyes.
So when you're out there on the street, it's kind of chaotic. And so I would just recommend leaving any and all valuables at home. It's not that you necessarily have to be afraid of people stealing them. It's more just losing them, somehow getting damaged from the water. And so I just recommend bringing along your phone and maybe some cash and just put that in one of those waterproof phone containers that you can kind of hang around your neck.
And if you plan to go to dinner or nice places after when the sun sets, usually people bring a waterproof bag that you can get in Decathlon or other sports store.
The other thing you might be wondering is the water clean? It's supposed to be tap water, and that is typically what is used, but keep in mind that most people, even Thai people, do not drink the tap water. So just be mindful about not somehow drinking the water that is sprayed on you or dunked on you or whatever. In Chiang Mai, people do use the moat water that is up there, which is definitely dirty. I know that if you see people on the side of the moat using that water, you might want to steer clear.
So are there any related hazards during Songkran? There are some. Some people wear goggles. I got one. Last year, there's a lot of water in my eyes. So I have goggles to protect myself during the messier water fight. And you will experience some massive water fights. And some people also have earplug to protect their ear. This to avoid getting red eye and ear infections. Sometimes it happens, but most of the time it doesn't happen.
It's ultimately dependent on how risk averse you are. So like last year, I didn't wear anything and everything went fine, but it does happen. So if you want that extra measure of protection, you might want to do that. The other thing is that even though you'll be getting soaking wet, April is Thailand's hottest month of the year. So you just want to make sure to stay hydrated, make sure you have some drinking water with you.
To avoid heat stroke too.
To avoid heat stroke, yeah.
And avoid riding motorcycles. People do splash water on motorcyclists. There's a lot of accidents happen during Songkran, especially involving motorcycle. So be careful, especially if you're a tourist. Typically, people choose to wear clothes that can easily dry. But a lot of people opt to wear floral shirts, and it's the custom here, where you might see a lot of Thai people wearing floral shirts. Last year we wore, swimming shorts, or some people choose bathing suits. But then you can also opt to the classics backpacker outfit, those elephant pants and the elephant shirts. They work too.
It's somewhat place dependent, but just keep in mind if you're just wearing a bathing suit, you may want to stop in at the temple grounds. For that, you definitely want to be modest so you feel comfortable and also that you're showing respect for where you are. Where can you find public restrooms in Chiang Mai or Bangkok? In Chiang Mai, a lot of the times it is at the temple, and in Bangkok, there are lots of malls around, so you can go into one of the malls. Public parks also have facilities, as well as businesses, restaurants, hotels, etc. Just keep in mind that you may need to pay a small little fee to use facilities if you're not a customer. So you may be wondering where the best places to celebrate Songkran are in either Bangkok or Chiang Mai. Now in Chiang Mai, you'll find festivities happening all around the streets alongside the moat, but the heart of the celebration is at Ta Phe Gate.
Wait, Mark. So we are right about to enter the big festivity at the Ta Phe Gate.
And the main road that goes into the old city, and that is called Ratchada Damnun. There you will find concerts, cultural activities, parades, and at night it goes into full party mode.
In Bangkok, there's so many different neighborhoods because Bangkok is huge. If you're a backpacker, Khao San Road, that's where all the backpackers. And then Silom is also a neighborhood where they close off the street, it's gonna be packed. But another place for family is called Siam area or Central World. But if you want like EDC type of music, electronic music, and more party vibe, you can go to RCA, because RCA, they also section off an area where you can have a live, very famous DJ there performing. However, you have to pay an entry fee. There are hotels and places that have like a ticketed events, but all these places we mentioned are free for you to come and celebrate, because the entire country is celebrating Thailand in any street or zone. Each day kind of have a different meaning. The first day marks the end of the old year. It's seen as the day of cleaning spiritually and physically. Some people may clean their house during this on this day.
That is what is traditionally done, but I don't know how many people actually do that anymore, because it seems to me like most people are out on the street and that the water fight has already begun.
Second day is the day between the old year and the new year. So a lot of people go to the temple ground to make offerings, pray for the new beginning as prosperity for the next year. Last day is the beginning of the new year. It is historically the peak of the celebration. However, if you have been celebrating Songkran for the past 2 days and getting wet, dry, wet and dry, a lot of people are getting tired. That day might be a day of like small gathering, getting together with some friends, but other people might go all out because it's the last day. You never know. In many places, when it's really hot, people might start Songkran the day before. It happened in Chiang Mai last year, or I think in Pattaya, the Songkran lasts until a few days later.
And how do you say Happy New Year when you're out in the streets of Thailand? You can just say it in English. You can say Happy New Year, or you can say Happy Songkran, or you can try to say it in Thai. Now, how do you say Happy New Year in Thai?
You say Sawadi Pi Mai. Sawadi is hello, and then Pi Mai means New Year. Together, they mean Happy New Year. And splash water first. That's how you do it. This is it. A complete guide to participate, survive, and thrive during Songkran. My last piece of advice, have fun.
My piece of advice is to like this video to help others find it and consider subscribing.
We have go up to the highest point in the Thailand and visit so many islands. So you can find the video in our channel.
And you can find the playlist right here.